Hello friends, welcome you all for another interesting episode, especially for undergraduate students. Many times I'm planning to do and I couldn't get time, and even many of you have asked to discuss and explain about undergraduate scholarship from next Japan. So it's like I am also like first time for this specifically for this sharing the observations purpose only. I have gone through the application notifications and also I have gone through this requirements and what is the future scope and all. To my best of understanding, I would like to share some of the observations so that some of you, if you are not able to understand or if you are not able to interpret better way, you can follow our guidelines or suggestions. So it may be helpful for you to the extent. So basically, let's see in a bigger picture. Then we'll go in detail one by one. So the first thing, what are the major possibilities for undergraduate fellowships? So the MEXT has given three options. This is the Indian embassy. So if you are in other country, you might have the same thing, but number of the seats may be different. So you can follow accordingly. These are the seats you can see here. Number of scholarships offering, that is 15 for each category. There are three categories. One is this undergraduate students directly for the undergraduate bachelor's degree. And then there is another degree called associate degree or diploma, which is College of Technology students. And again, specialized training college students, undergraduate level degree, undergraduate level leading to certificate. So it is like basically you should understand, like for Indians at least, in our education system there are these things like what we have this ITI, and also we have this diploma, and also we have this bachelor's 3 years and 4 years education. This for Indian context, so you can compare with your country if there is some slight changes. And again, another thing is that in the PG admissions for the next scholarship, if you can see the notification, we have seen we are applying and we got the opportunity. So I'm sharing that observation. So the PG requirement, they'll say that minimum 16 years of education must be completed. 16 years education must be completed before you're entering to the PG admissions, or let's say masters or PhD admissions. That is why I'm talking that topic. All these options, even in India, if you see ITI people, they can study ITI, and that is a technical course of 2 years, and then they can go for diploma second year without joining for first year. After diploma 2 years, again they can go for BTech second year, that is BTech 3 years, and diploma 2 years, 5 years, plus in place of inter that studying ITI, let's say 2 years, 2 plus 3, that is total 7 years. Normally it is 2 plus 4, 6 years, or if it is medicine, it is 2 plus 5, 7 years. The same way here also, you can see like the College of Technology here, the College of Technology and the specialized training college students, it is similar to the ITI course, especially the certification courses or the vocational courses we call in India. And then this College of Technology is the similar way. Again, this undergraduate studies. Another thing is that you see that in India also this ITI people and diploma people with that qualification, the vacancies in the government sector or the private sector, it is equally there for the qualification and the respective salary and the benefits. So it is the same thing in Japan also. If you choose to study bachelor studies, undergraduate studies, it is okay. It's up to your aspirations. And again, College of Technology is equally fine, and specialized training college students is equally fine. You can it will mostly lead to at least approximately same 16 to 17 years of education. So it is mostly leading to the same education level what they expected for PG admission. So after that they are allowing you to study the PG, post graduation education, or else after this for College of Technology and the advanced diploma they are allowing for bachelor's education. That we'll be seeing in detail one by one all these headings. So why I am talking this topic is that try to equally consider all these three options in your first year, second year and third year, whichever you find it. Even if you get in second year, if you can able to go and track the path, it is perfectly fine if you can able to handle it. And if you can't, choose accordingly. It is not that only bachelor's education you try what we call the bachelor studies after plus 2, that is this option, undergraduate studies, or else this one. It's up to you. It is not there is nothing wrong, but undergraduate studies, there is some chances that you will end up studying English courses some areas without much into the language studies and the Japanese studies, but mostly it is still be in Japanese only. You will be training 1 year, the 1 year period of the education. Another thing is that all this duration what I'm talking about, these courses, they're paying the scholarship, they're supporting the extra additional period required for the graduate studies to study in Japanese university, so that you can choose accordingly. And then another thing is that when to apply, if I am in first year, when to apply, if I am in second year, when to apply. So the thing is that you can apply, basically you should complete your education before prior to the joining date. The required qualification must be completed, but due to corona it has affected, so they have given some provision. See, there is a recommendation letter, if you can see here. I've seen this sample format. Since the board examination is postponed, separate detailed explanation can be given. That is one format you can try, but most of the time in our Indian context, the examinations will be happening in March, and the results will be mostly probably in the April, May or June. But they expect your scores of the qualified the plus 2 marks by March, before March. So application period you can try, but if you are not able to get your transcripts or the graduation ready, I think it is not possible you to qualify or to consider. So you can consider it's better to try after first year or the second year education completely. Once you got your second year grade card, you try that year itself. That will be good thing. And then remaining stuff like the requirements is that there is a higher emphasis on this bachelor's, what we call the Japanese language proficiency for bachelor's education. Even if you start studying the if you study the language course, Japanese language course in India, there are many schools nowadays. Even the authorized schools there in Chennai and Tirupati also, what I have recently seen, that is in connection with the Hiroshima, the language school. Like that, there are language schools you can study yourself or else self-study. Try to get the JLPT score up to N2, N3 before plus 2. In that case, you will definitely get a chance, at least the first option or the second option, the College of Technology or the undergraduate studies, or at least the specialized training certificate, that course, the third option. So try to study the Japanese course if you are very much interested, and try to learn the JLPT required score language and all. That is highly recommended. And then further, the specializations you can choose accordingly. I think I'll go one by one detail in the coming 3 videos I'm thinking of making, like individual applications, what is the requirement, what they are actually asking, the way of reading and the misinterpretations we are trying to highlight, so that you will not end up again misinterpretation of the data. I was discussing with other our co-admin with Mr. Gaurav. We found that some of the things people not able to digest or understand in the early ages. So if it helps our discussions, we'll be so happy for that. If the observation or the explanation will be, if you get something out of our observations, it will be very happy for us. Don't get disappointed. If you are strongly interested, you keep trying. It is perfectly fine. Even if people can join in some other institute and then they can study for this, and then if you get, you can go to Japan. That is also fine. Like that, you can choose accordingly. So application form is there, and certificate of health is there, and sample of recommendation format. This consulate, another thing. The consulates in India that are see, this is a Chennai, this is a Mumbai, this is a Bangalore, and this is a Delhi. So Delhi one is the headquarters for all. Kolkata, Chennai. Kolkata is for northeast, and Chennai is for south. Mumbai is for central. North, and Bangalore is again south side. There are 2. So the undergraduate entrance formalities and all, these local embassies are being handled. So most of the doubts you can try to get from your local embassies. You can call them and you can ask for the help. They will you can expect some response if you got some specific doubts. And then for PG, I think that is Delhi only is handling. So the PG people are already, we have shared that. And then post examination papers you can see, and you please prepare accordingly. You are trying to be a global bachelor's graduate. Studying in other countries is equally like a PG level, like you are studying in another country with diverse culture and all. So you have to have certain understanding and certain best comprehension about the things around. So I think that's all I thought of sharing for this first video. Second, third, I think 3 more I'll be making on individual things, individual schemes. Please stay tuned and have a good day. All the best.